Have you ever stopped to think about what's really behind your daily decisions? I mean, what if I told you there's this invisible force, kind of like a hidden algorithm, that's shaping what you do, what you buy, and even what you think, all without you ever really noticing?
Well, here's the thing. Research shows that about half of everything you do every single day isn't a conscious choice at all. It's just a habit, an automatic routine that's running on autopilot. That's a huge chunk of your life that's basically running off a pre-written script.
So that really makes you wonder, right? When you pick up your phone or scroll through your feed or tap on that little red notification bubble, are you actually in the driver's seat? Or are you just following a very, very cleverly designed script? That's the big mystery we're going to unravel today. Now, these habits we're talking about, they don't just happen by accident. Oh no, they are meticulously engineered. Tech companies use a very specific blueprint to basically manufacture desire and get us hooked on their products. And it all starts with this one powerful framework. All right, let's get into it. This is called the hook model. It's a 4-step framework that's really at the heart of pretty much all the world's most engaging and, let's be honest, addictive products. It's a loop designed to create a habit by linking a problem you have, or even just a feeling like boredom, to a product solution over and over again until it becomes second nature. So here's how it works. First, there's a trigger. It could be external, like a notification popping up, or internal, like a sudden pang of loneliness. That trigger pushes you to take an action, which is always designed to be as easy as possible. We're talking a simple scroll or a quick click. And then, here comes the secret sauce, a variable reward. This is some kind of unpredictable prize that creates a real craving. Finally, you make a tiny investment. You like a post, add a song to a playlist, you name it. This not only makes you more likely to come back, but it also feeds the algorithm data, loading the next trigger and keeping that cycle spinning. And the real engine behind this whole model is that variable reward. See, predictable rewards, they get boring fast. But when the reward is unpredictable, our brains just go into overdrive. Researchers literally call it a frenzied hunting state. It's the uncertainty, the what might I find next, that keeps you scrolling, tapping, and always coming back for just one more hit. Now, this isn't just clever psychology. This is a direct hack of our brain's biology. The hook model is so darn effective because it taps into a really fundamental mechanism in our brain's reward system. It all boils down to something called reward prediction error. You know, we all hear about dopamine being the pleasure chemical, but that's not quite right. It's more of a learning chemical. Your brain releases dopamine not when you get a reward, but when that reward is a surprise. It's the little signal that says, whoa, pay attention. That was way better than expected. You should do that again. And what's so wild is when you see it broken down like this, if you expect nothing and get something cool, boom, you get a big dopamine spike. That's a positive error. But look at that middle row. If you expect a reward and you get exactly what you expected, you get nothing. No dopamine response, no surprise, no learning signal. So these habit-forming products are designed to constantly generate that positive surprise, keeping our brains hooked, not on the reward itself, but on the anticipation of a reward. Okay, so let's see how this blueprint actually plays out in the wild. Let's look at the apps you probably use every single day. And I'll warn you, once you see this pattern, you can't unsee it. Let's start with TikTok. The trigger is boredom. The action is that super simple swipe up. And the variable reward, that's the For You page. It's the perfect reward engine. The next video could be hilarious, or kind of dumb, or absolutely brilliant. You just never know. And that unpredictability is precisely what makes it so hard to put down. Spotify does the exact same thing, but with music. You fire up your Discover Weekly playlist. Is the next song going to be your new favorite jam, or just something to skip? That chance of finding a hidden gem, something that feels like it was picked just for you, that's the variable reward that keeps you listening. And Netflix, of course, uses the same logic. You finish a series, and bam, the algorithm instantly serves up a tailored list of what to watch next. The reward is that unpredictable discovery of your next favorite show. And every time you watch something, you're investing data that just makes those recommendations even more powerful the next time.
And it's not just for entertainment. Even a shopping site like Amazon uses this. The variable rewards are those personalized recommendations, the unexpected deal of the day, the flash sales. They've managed to turn shopping into a habit-forming loop of discovery and anticipation. So this raises a really important question. If this system is so powerful and it's literally everywhere, why is it so hard for us to notice? Why do we still feel like we're in control, even when our behavior is being guided? Well, the answer is actually in our brain's biology. When we do things over and over again, like endlessly scrolling, our brain actually shifts gears. Control moves from the conscious, goal-oriented part of our brain to the automatic, habit-driven part. The action becomes super efficient, but also really rigid. You're not really thinking anymore. You're just doing. You're on autopilot. And that autopilot state makes us really vulnerable to getting stuck in our own little information silos. Now, it's important to know the difference between two terms people often mix up. A filter bubble is created for you by an algorithm that personalizes your feed. But an echo chamber, that's created by you when you choose to surround yourself with people who already agree with you. But here's the real twist. It turns out it's not just the algorithm hiding things from us. Studies show that even when we do see opposing viewpoints online, we often just dig our heels in even deeper. And why is that? Because seeing those views without any real-world context causes something called epistemic discomfort. It's this jarring, confusing feeling, and our brain's natural reaction is to reject the new information and cling even tighter to what we already believe. Okay, so we've pulled back the curtain on the whole blueprint. The system is powerful, for sure, but it's not unbeatable. The key to taking back control isn't about ditching technology, it's about understanding it. It's all about developing your algorithmic literacy. Algorithmic literacy is honestly the essential life skill for the world we live in now. It means going from being a passive user to an informed navigator. It's about getting that your feed isn't some neutral window to the world. It's a very carefully curated reality, and it's designed to do one thing: hold your attention. So how do you actually build this skill? Well, here are 4 practical things you can try. First, do an attention audit. Just track where your time is going. It'll make you aware of those subconscious habits. Second, try grayscale mode on your phone. Getting rid of all those bright, rewarding colors can actually short-circuit that dopamine loop. Third, practice reflection. Just pause and ask, why am I seeing this? How is this designed to make me feel? And finally, curate actively. You can't turn the algorithm off, but you absolutely can train it. Teach it to show you things that align with your actual goals, not just your impulses. So we've taken a look at the blueprint that's quietly shaping so much of our lives, from the psychological hooks that build habits to the brain pathways they tap into. The goal here isn't to be afraid of the algorithm, it's just to understand it. Because it's only when you can see the script that you can decide for yourself whether or not you want to follow it. So the final question really is for you. Now that you see the blueprint, what are you going to do about it?